Alright. Should be all set up. Welcome to my Dark Souls challenge run, I guess. The challenge is I play with a mouse and keyboard. And if you don't think that sounds bad, well, wait until I get into the game. Oh, the game's a little loud. Just gotta turn it down a bit. Bit more. And my character's name is Kate. Class. I prefer for some reason the Pyromancer has two sets of armor depending on what gender they start out as. Like everyone else seems to have like the same set. Except for the Prive, which has no armor. Gift. I want to make this kind of easier on myself, so Master Key. Seek does not really matter. Say very large. Face. Well, this says Great Swamp, and I am playing a Pyromancer. Very short. Red, because Pyromancer. And that's about it. Ignore the sounds in the background, there are people running around.
In the age of ancients,
I'm just leaving this here for
the
people
world was unformed,
who have not played Dark
shrouded
Souls.
by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
So easily forgotten, the game itself forgets.
With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Sorcery.
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
I have blue lips for some reason. I do like a game that lets me make my character has blue lips. Okay. So this game uses a WASD control. For movement, at least. So guess what button it is to what would normally be an A button on an Xbox controller? It's Q. That's the default button. The only button I really changed from the default is the menu button. In the default, on a QWERTY keyboard, it's end. All the way over here. Which I don't think is even on a oh no wait, it is on a laptop. Yeah, that's the only change I made otherwise. Playing this as it was intended. Right stick, camera controls. So, I'm using the mouse for the camera, but thing is, they actually have a stick-like camera controls. It's IJKL. Yes, suffice to say, I will be using the mouse. Right bumper attack? Well, for keyboard and mouse, left-clicking is light attack, right-clicking is heavy attack. Those of you who've played Dark Souls might wonder what's the shields, what's the left-hand button? Stuff like shields and parry. Well, we'll get to that when I get a shield. Stick, hold B and dash. Oh, so the dash button, as well as the roll and jump backwards button, it's spacebar. Kind of makes sense, but if you're used to first-person games of the last few years, it's kind of annoying because in those games the left shift is usually dash. I will have to readjust the camera a lot to keep the mouse within like the game's window. It does not lock your mouse to the window. Spacebar is... yeah. Just be glad I'm using a USB keyboard, because if I was to use this with my laptop, my mouse would go everywhere. I was hoping to see the thing up there. Specifically that thing. Oh, and lock on is middle mouse button. Your mouse has a mouse wheel, right? The mouse wheel is used, but it's weird. Anyway, arms icon? That's two swords in the shield. Anyway. So guess what the shield buttons is? It's left shift. Like I said, if you've been playing FPS games of the last few years, you're gonna have some problems with this control. Oh right, gotta get this. He usually runs away. There he goes. Also, pressing escape does not automatically get me out of that menu unless I go into one of the equipment things. So I can change items by... I can change magic by moving up the mouse wheel, change items by moving down the mouse wheel. As for that equipment, that equipment C and B works pretty well. The controls kind of make sense. I basically tested out this area before doing this.
You're no hollow.
This is Oscar, by the way.
I'm done for, I'm afraid.
He's died.
If I sin, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Have to press enter to answer a yes to no question.
My mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell.
By the way, if we killed that boss, he would have given us the key for the door that the boss was guarding. It's E to use item. Again, the controls kind of make sense.
Now, I would hate to, and thank you.
Note that he gives us 100 souls on death. It's kind of weird, but you can come back here and he will attack you later if you come back here. And he gives more souls upon that death. It's kind of weird. Can't attune magic right now, in case you were wondering what that was. Notice I took damage from that attack. It's because the starting Pyromancer shield is utterly worthless. How do I get into this deeper? Well, there should be a button that lets me look at the shield stats more, but I can't see it. Whatever. Oops. That's left Alt on the keyboard. I hate the kicking, but it seems to work. Shields are pretty worthless in general in Dark Souls, actually. But the Pyromancer's starting shield is especially. Notice how I kicked while I was attacking that guy. That tends to happen a lot. Because you'll just be you'll be moving forward and you'll accidentally kick the guy. Constantly. Because you have to keep moving during this game. I admit, I thought about doing this without knowing how to control, without prior knowledge of the mouse and keyboard, but I thought it would be better this way. Yeah, so that's the key you need to open this door, which is the way out. If you beat the boss before, you don't get that key, instead you get the boss's weapon. You can get it later. And as for what's making that noise, that's you only find out if you revisit this area. This is like, to revisit it is completely optional. Huh. That's supposed to be an NPC you can talk to, but it's not active right now. Anyway, one more cutscene and then we're pretty much cutscene 3.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
this is how far I got during testing. And yeah, the game does not tell you what kindling is, even though it's kind of important. Have to use the arrow keys and enter for this part.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church.
Up
the
here.
other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Blight Town is right down there. It's... let me get a better angle. Somewhere down there. Specifically over there-ish. Okay. Again, have to use enter. There's not much point in talking to her.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. I don't know. Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Yeah, this crestfallen guy is just
What?
kind of dick.
Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collected bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned.
You don't have
The
to
quickest way
use clerics to get yourself summoned.
is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
This is the humanity item, by the way. That right there.
What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Well, listen carefully then.
Oops. Accidentally
One of the
skipped some
bells is
dialogue.
up above in the undead church, but
Again
the
up there.
lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again
Plague-infested.
before I step foot in that cesspool.
So, before this game, there was another game called Demon Souls. It was basically like this game, but, well, different in a bunch of ways. One of the ways was that there was a status ailment called Plague, and you get it, and you can like get it in a place that's sort of like Blight Town.
Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions.
I wonder if there's like...
What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
wonder if Plague was one of the status ailments early on.
What now?
in the games.
I'm not up for
And they
chatting.
changed the name of it.
Leave me alone.
Because, well, what it does was like poison but stronger. And that's in this game. Under a different name than Plague. But it's still in this game. Firebombs. If I didn't start out as a pyromancer or sorcerer, those would be useful. Such as it is now, they're pretty... I'm not gonna use them.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
I'm not in a covenant currently.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
First, learn gesture. Always do that when talking to someone. You don't have to be in his covenant to get his spells. And I can't get his spells right now. Because they're too expensive. Also, I don't have one of these.
My companions are Milady and her young knights. She is young, but burdened by an undead mission. We are her defenses, to keep her from harm. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Oh, I can't.
I'm afraid that may be difficult, for our missions are sacred. Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
So he seems like an alright guy, but... something... you'll learn very quick about this game is not all... characters are not what they seem. Soul of a Lost Undead. Crush that to get you souls. Can't quite use the item word, look at it. Yeah, right-clicking just takes you out of the menus. Kind of want to look at the item's descriptions, but I don't know how to do that on mouse and keyboard. Let's look what's in these chests. Huh. Morning Star and a talisman. I can't really check because it says toggle status, so yeah, toggling status, what it says down here next to the Y, it's supposed to change the right hand area to view certain things, but I kind of can't. Well, this is slightly stronger right now, I think. Right weapon 1, that's the strength of my currently equipped weapon. I prefer to have this over here. Right weapon 1's slightly weaker now. So I'm just gonna change to this for now. Lloyd's Talisman. So the description on the Lloyd's Talisman says that it blocks healing. Healing through Estus, which heals only undead. And that guy over there was just a sort of like, the idea is that this guy hides the stuff over here. That's what people interpret. It's not like based on nothing or something like that. It's sort of based on some other stuff that he does later. So yeah, we have to be careful here because they're skeletons. And they inflict a status ailment called bleeding. Bleeding does a lot of damage to the player. Like a large percentage of health. That should reset the skeletons. Dexterity gets one more, and that's about it for dexterity. Not putting anything into that again. This statue, early on in the game, it seemed like it was meant to move, because there's like data for a cutscene of it moving. It never does in the game. So I'm just gonna run past the skeleton. Well, actually, first I'm going to go up here. And that's the crow that carried us to from the asylum to here. God, I can barely play this without getting motion sick. It's doing weird things to my head. Anyway, so I'm gonna run past the skeletons to get stuff. Invulnerability frames. And my mouse is off the screen. Nope, I don't want to go over there just yet. Oh geez, that was a lot. There's a few more things here that I want to get. Basic idea is that you're not supposed to go this way just yet. Blood loss. You lose a lot of health. That's what it does. So notice my souls are now at 0. I have one chance to run back and get them, but I'm not going to.
Oh, have you seen that terribly morose lass? The Firekeeper. She's stuck keeping that bonfire lit. Sad, really. She's mute and bound to this forsaken place. They probably cut her tongue out back in her village, so that she'd never say any god's name in vain. How do these martyrs keep chugging along? I'd peter out in an instant.
Yeah, being a firekeeper sucks in this series.
I'm not up.
So this is another path I'm not supposed to go to. Because I can, there's some stuff I can get. More souls. New Londo Ruins. These guys, they don't really attack. You only get a few souls from them. This guy's just a little late, just relaxing. Bye. This guy is an actual guy.
This is unusual. You haven't lost your head. And more importantly, you're free. How on earth? Well, I shouldn't pry. I'm Rickett of Vinheim. I was once an established smith, but look at me now. Can you believe it?
Eh.
What is it? Have you? Oh no. Don't worry. I've no intention of escaping. It's safe here. Can't bear the thought of going hollow out there. Although, I must admit, there's not much to occupy myself. How about this? I could forge your weapons, albeit with rather minimal tools. I'll show you what made me the best in things.
So he can, like, modify your equipment, reinforce your weapons and armor. But you need, like, these things called Titanite shards to do so. You can also repair stuff. Yeah, it takes a while for equipment to break. He also sells magic, like sorceries. The guy upstairs sold miracles, which is clerical magic. Sorcery is wizard magic. And you need a sorcerer's catalyst to cast it. It's basically a magic wand. And I'm playing as a pyromancer, so you need the pyromancy's flame to cast pyromancies. And talismans for miracles.
What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both cursed, undead. But what's there really to moan about? What is it? There's nothing to talk about. We're both... Goodbye then. Keep your head on it. You really helped break the monotony.
This place is flooded. If you fall in the water, you die. In all the Souls series games, your character cannot swim. Binoculars. There they are. So yeah, you can put those there. All they really do is make it faster to use those. Make it faster to use those. Oh, I shouldn't have used that. I just realized my mistake. Cause see, I'm gonna go over there and grab some items, but I'm also going to die over there. Well, might as well grab a few more souls for a level up. And yeah, weapons have like different swinging speeds and different ways that they attack. By the way, you can enter this place from another area, and that lever there, or I could just do that. Anyway, this lever brings down the lift, because otherwise that's just a death pit. Most elevators are over a death pit for some reason. Got to show off the two-handed stuff. It's better to two-hand than to one-hand weapons a lot of the time. And also, two-handing means you can like wield a weapon at half the stats it requires you to wield it at.
Hmm? And
Most of the starting weapons are pretty low to wield, have pretty low stat requirements. Generally strength and dexterity. Intelligence and faith. Intelligence increases magic damage. Faith increases lightning damage and other types as well. Certain weapons will have requirements for these. Most do not. Vitality is health. Attunement depends. The more attunement you have, the more attunement slots you have, and those determines how many magic spells you can pull at once. Endurance is both stamina and equipment load, up until level 4, endurance 40, I believe. Then it's just equipment load. It's always good to put points in endurance. Strength is strength. Dexterity is dexterity. Both are used in weapon requirements most of the time. A few weapons have only one of either strength or dexterity, but most of them are used in weapons. They make you stronger with certain weapons. Some weapons use strength more than dexterity. Don't put any points in resistance. It increases poison resistance and certain defense stats increase as well, but the other stats do that, well, up to a point, and also armor does that better than putting points in resistance will. Already talked about intelligence and faith. Humanity. We can't level that up. We have to use humanity items to increase it. Though it does have an effect on increasing defensive stats, as well as curse resistance and item discovery. Item discovery increases the chance of an enemy dropping an item. Not a rare item, just that it drops an item at all. Also, I think endurance increases bleed resistance. Poise is determined entirely by what armor you're wearing. In the second game, it's determined by a few of the stats as well. Second game changed a bunch of the stats and split endurance into two because it was too good a stat. I apologize to anyone who's watching this who's feeling motion sick. I'm just getting dizzy watching playing this. Another sword. This time it's a stabbing sword, which I think relies on dexterity more than strength, as most swords do. I prefer the strength stat over dexterity. You can play this game upgrading only a few stats, and that's what I'm going to do. Dark Souls 2, much less so. Dark Souls 2, it feels like every stat is important, and dang it. Just trying to roll. Ended up running. Rolling gives you invulnerability frames. Pyromancies are not determined by faith or intelligence. They're determined by the pyromancy flame. Also, you do not have to have a certain amount of a stat to wield pyromancies. You can use all of them right out of the gate. This is not true in Dark Souls 2 and 3. Makes pyromancies less broken in those games. The current roll I have is... Rolling is tied into your equipment weight. Equipment load. Right there. Lower it is, the better you can roll. Because I'm under 25%, I have the best roll. In between 25 and 50% is a medium roll. Slightly slower, but it's still a pretty good roll. Above 25 and below 100% is the heavy roll, or also known as the fat roll. It takes a long time for your character to get up afterwards. And above that is, well, you just can't roll at all. So I got a Firekeeper soul from there. And I can go to the Firekeeper over here and reinforce the Estus class. Yes, I have to use the Firekeeper to use the Firekeeper's soul to make my Estus class stronger. Yeah, it really kinda sucks to be a Firekeeper in this series. These two stats we're not gonna bother with just yet, because it would be pointless to do it here. I only have one magic, so there's no point in attuning magic. Ugh. Camera movement with the mouse is just so jerky. Anyway, this is the path we're supposed to go. That was a that was a critical hit. You can also critical hit enemies by parrying them. Oh wow, that went poorly. To parry an enemy, you need a shield. The parry button is the tab button, by the way, on a QWERTY keyboard. So, it's a prop. So yeah, again, kind of makes sense, but really iffy. I just retrieved those souls. All the other souls I've lost are gone. I can't get those souls back. You have one chance to get lost souls back. If you die again, they're gone. This enemy can like drop a big axe, and it's actually a pretty good early weapon. Okay. So if you notice, there's an item over there, but there's no land path to it. You can get close to the place, but you can't quite get to it. So how are we supposed to get to it? Well, you can drop down from there. You'll take some damage, but you'll be able to get there. Or you can jump! Yeah, jumping is super awkward. You have to hit the run button twice while running. That's a good item. If you're wearing that ring and you're killed, you don't lose your souls. I didn't mean to do that. Easier if I take these guys out first before trying to get those souls. You can grind these guys if you want. That's what I did the first time I played. Bit of a delay to that fall there. Looks like I'm grinding on these guys whether I want to or not. That's okay though. Right now, stats are really important. Yeah, this mace is like the cleric's starting weapon if I remember correctly. Up to like level 60, I believe, defensive stats will be boosted by anything. And now it's another player. Because this game is always online, you get to see like other players. when they're near bonfires, you can see them as they're supposed to look. When they're not near bonfires, they look like some sort of ghost. One more for endurance. Oh crap, I clicked out of the window. See what I mean about having to readjust the mouse? There is no pausing in this game. So if I go out the window, the game is still going on. And I could go level up again, but I'm saving the souls for something else. Also, this rat can drop more humanity. For some reason, this is the only Souls game where you don't start with the ability to write your own messages. Oops. Friggin' FPS games. Can't even rate messages yet. Yeah, that's a lie. There are illusionary walls in this game, but they're not this early. Oh, I forgot to show off somewhere else, but it's a bit late to do that now. Oh right, you can't speed up climbing ladders in this game. In 2 and 3 and Bloodborne you can. But not in this one. You can speed climbing down ladders. Oh, right there was like another player. That guy we'll have to deal with later. Praise the sun. It's one of the running jokes of this game. Wind shield, I'm not using that. There's only one shield I'm going to be using in this game. Yep. Here's another bonfire. These are basically your checkpoints. And yeah, you do have to sit at them before you can, like, use them. If you just activate them, they don't count. Now I'm gonna show off turning human and kindling. Humanity restored. Kindle. See, my character is... See, my character is human now. Kindling. If you saw this class before kindling, it had like 6 uses. After kindling, it has 10. Normally, bonfires only give you 5 uses. I had one more from the earlier bonfire the Firekeeper was keeping. Firekeepers automatically have a 10 Estus bonfire. There's an item that lets you raise the Estus even more, but it's kind of unnecessary since 10 is usually enough to get through an area and the boss. And that's what a player looks like when they're not close to the bonfire. Look like that ghost. Turning human also has another effect. Maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. I want to keep that a surprise until it happens. And we got a crossbow there. Oh! Look at this. We can summon other players, and they will help us. Right now, I don't need that. There's another effect with turning human. What? Oh, yeah. That's it. That's the other effect. I meant to gesture to that person, and what is their armor? Yeah, see, they killed me, like, immediately. I think they were cheating. This game does not have any real protection against cheating. Because they had a spell that comes from much later in the game. And I think there's a limit on who you're allowed to invade. Like, if they're too low a level, you can't invade them. And I think that person cheated those items. Ah. Wait, hold on. There it goes. Yeah, fire damage against these guys is rather inconsistent because of their shields. Shields can block all kinds of damage, and most of them block physical 100%. But to really be good at the game, you have to not use a shield.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer.
You are a
Trade for
welcome
souls.
customer.
Everything's for sale.
This guy has some useful items. This. Now we can leave messages and... Oh, another 1,000 for the repair box. Sells weapons. The club is really good, actually. So is the short bow, at least for now. And you need arrows for the bow, obviously. Ah, dang it, hold on. Okay. And you can buy armor from him too.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
I don't
Here,
know what
I'm not here to
he's...
chit-chat. We talk business or we talk nothing at all.
Don't know why he
Thank you
keeps
kindly.
petting that tub there. But anyway. Club scales really good with strength. I really wish I could show that off. None of the buttons seem to do that. Oh, delete. That's the button. That's the key that on the keyboard that shows. Okay. So, physical plus 11 and its strike damage. The plus 11 comes from the scaling. Parameter bonus A, that arm is strength, this hand is dexterity, this is intelligence, this is strength, and this is the required parameters. A is the second best parameter bonus you can have. S is the best bonus, but I think only magic stuff has S as parameter bonus. So if I put points in dexterity, it's not going to get stronger. If I put points in strength, it'll get stronger pretty quickly. And let's see the other equipment. Note that it's red, that means it's objectively worse. But note that it has this effect. It causes bleeding damage. And this is poison. This is like holy, unholy. And it has a C in strength instead of an A. Wing Spear. It has a C in dexterity, but an E in strength. Actually, having like that is technically, both of these is technically better than an A in strength. Just an A in strength. But the required parameters are a bit higher than what I currently have. Yeah, look, negative 69. If you're under the required parameters, you do less damage. And also, you just bounce off enemies when you hit them. Short bow, I have the required parameters. And also the shot range. Also, even though that number is from the parameter bonus, durability is a little worse, but weight is a little better. Shot ranges are only for like projectile weapons. The crossbows are not good as regular bows. Look at this. It has a 24 required strength and negative 105 damage parameters. Yeah, that thing about inhumanly strong, because I have a 12 in strength, I can two-hand it and it works perfectly fine. The required parameters are only for one-handing it. Two-handing weapons only require half of these stats. Although I think I'll save up before I use the Swinehander, because it also weighs a ton. I only have so much equipment load. I don't want to become too heavy. Otherwise, I lose this roll. Oh, also, have to equip. No, that's bolts. These are arrows. Bolts are for the crossbow. I can use the bow like this. I zoom in with left shift. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway. Let's... Oh, do I legit... I have 3 of those. I have to... It's easier to set them up like this. No, wait. Because otherwise you have to go back into the menu repeatedly. Binoculars, you can use them to get a closer look at stuff. Oh. Now that we have this, we can do things with messages now. Throwing knife, 10 of those. Try jumping, but that's good advice, but not for over there. Over here is where try jumping is good advice. let's write a message. Let's see. Yes, messages are very specific. Try actions, jumping. Yes. Try jumping? No. I do not want to erase that message. Ugh. Yeah, jumping is really awkward. And they changed the control in 2, but I don't know how it works on the mouse and keyboard. Rear ahead. You know what, let's rear ahead. Let's rate the message. Plus rating. Oh, another crossbow. And some bolts. To manually aim with the crossbow, you need to use the binoculars. With a regular bow, you can just aim. Gotta keep the mouse within the window frame. Grabbing souls for that repair box. Because we are going to need that repair box. And vulnerability frames. The bow is why I made sure my dexterity was at 12. Otherwise, you can't use it. Also note that I gained a humanity from fighting these enemies. If you're in an area and you haven't defeated the boss yet, you can get up to 10 humanities before. You can get 10 humanities from enemies. After that, you don't get any more. And if you kill the boss, you don't get any more. Though the boss usually does drop, like, humanity items. Okay. Now let's use the bow. First we have to prep it. Ah, jeez, this is really awkward for the mouse. What you need to know about the bow is that it pulls to the left. You can get headshots with the bow. And you should be careful before getting too close to here. Huh. Never knew I could jump from there. So it's probably really risky and I'll probably die. It's not open from this side. Whoops. Ah. I got some armor from that enemy. I don't know what that means. Black fire bombs, stronger than regular fire bombs, but not as strong as a fireball. I could have come over here without killing the archers. It's not hard to dodge their fire bombs. But still. They also sometimes drop fire bombs. Some doors the master key will open without the required key. Some doors you need the required key. Gold pine resin that gives your weapons an electricity element temporarily. Yeah, sniper. And a Titanite shard, kind of a rare drop from these guys. Notice the barrel there. Oh dear. I might die. How do I get back up? I don't think I can get back up from here. Thankfully, the homeward bone. And also it counts as using the bonfire, so... Dang, lock on. Wow, the lock-on really fucked me over there. Yeah, this is one of the problems of playing with mouse and keyboard. I guess I also could have used that Ring of Sacrifice. Also, you may have noticed that after I die, my humanity went back to 0. Yeah, so not only do you drop your souls, you also drop your humanity. There, see, notice that some of the souls was black? That gave me humanity.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, fuck! I didn't mean to do that! Oh, fuck! Damn it! Oh, fuck! I did not mean to do that! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I really did not mean to do that!
Yulia.
Oh, fuck. I didn't get to buy the repair box. Oh. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, keep my hands off the mouse next time I talk to someone. Hell. Did I level this up? I don't know. Strength. Attunement. Vitality. I don't need more attunement slots right now. Well, that was embarrassing. Not only that, but that counts as sin, which gets me in trouble. There is a covenant that hunts down players who have sinned. Oh boy. I have made things harder on myself. I mean, I've already done that, but now I've made things even harder. Great. Just great. This is going extremely well. Ugh. Jeez. Oh boy. Oh boy. I really messed up. Oh boy. This is a problem. I messed up. Okay. Okay, none of these barrels have anything. What's that? Well, that's what's known as a crystal lizard. Kill it and you get special items. You can only kill it once. After that it disappears. It'll also disappear if you take too long in killing it, but it does come back after that. No, that's geography. Sniper spot, that's technically true. I don't know what the toggle button is. Oh boy, I've messed up already. That's... yeah. Anyway. Ugh. You would think that since it's a demon, it would be very resistant to fire. Thankfully, that's not the case. Ah, heck. Yeah. I made that look easy, but I had trouble the first time I played this game. And eventually I just got like a bunch of firebombs from those enemies that throw firebombs and just kept throwing them at him until I won. Though I say him, demons are kind of not naturally made, not naturally born in the lore. This is an important door. Okay, so before I go over there, praise the sun, and as it turns out, there's a guy over here and I'm not going to hurt him. at all.
Hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Oh, and someone lit a bonfire, that's what happened there.
Aha! So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Yes.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
That lets you write signs that allow
We are
people to
amidst
summon you.
strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course,
Jolly
we are not the only
cooperation's
ones
another
engaged in this,
joke
but I am
that's
a warrior of the
repeated
sun.
about this game.
Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you
So,
miss it,
he's in
you'll
a
be
covenant, and people who are in those covenants, in that covenant that he's in, when they write their name down, when they write their soapstone down, theirs appear golden. I don't know how you're supposed to avoid damage there. But anyway. Hey, this place look familiar? It's a place where I irrevocably fucked up. Boy. Endurance. Strength. Now I put points into it. Or, yeah, you know what? More endurance. Vitality and tuning. Vitality for now. So anyway, that Drake is right over there now. And this is actually a good place to grind up souls. You can just head back down to the bonfire, then come back up and walk, just edge on over there and quickly head down the staircase, and you get over 500 souls every time. The correct path is this way. And it leads over there. But we're not going to go over there now. Oh no, I'm going to a different path, actually. I mean, I've already fucked up. I'll just go the wrong way even more. Hold on. I clicked out of the window. You can't stop me. Got a problem with that? I actually did this the first time I played the game. So remember when I said Solera is in the Covenant? If you have high enough faith, that you can, like, enter a Covenant here. Of course, you can get out around the faith requirement by being summoned by people repeatedly. You need like 25 faith. There's these guys. I didn't even know this wasn't the correct path. Like, I think the idea is that you're supposed to kill the Drake first, and then you can go over here. I never killed the Drake ever, whenever I played this game. I always forget to do so whenever I'm powerful enough. I just finished the game. So, here's where you're supposed to come out of. There's 3 rats down here. And they inflict poison on you. Kind of annoying, but not terrible. Uh-oh. I think someone is invading. Oh, okay, no. Sometimes someone may try to invade, and you can't get to use the bonfire if that happens. I could grind for humanity on those rats. There's items over there, but I don't really care for them. You know what? We're almost at the 2-hour mark. So, I'm just gonna stop here. Let's see, Jesters. Bye for now, everyone. Hopefully next time I won't accidentally kill an NPC. See you then.